But my question is, for the younger generation who is on social media a lot, what would you want them, to understand about maybe building relationships or leadership or anything that you think that they might be missing moving forward going into their lives that could be helpful?
I think the number one thing would be real. Be real. I had a post a little while ago that said, "Is your real REE life the same as your real REAL life?" And I
Mm,
think, what I've learned over time is that talking to people about being transparent about your weaknesses is actually far more compelling if you really want to lead people than is telling them about all your victories. Because when you tell them about all your victories, it's unattainable to many people. And I look at social media and I see these people with these unreal lives, they're having a crap day, but they only show themselves smiling with the sunset. Meanwhile, the rest of the day was a piece of crap. And so that doesn't really help anybody, by the way. You help people by saying, I ended the day here, but I started it here. And by the way, I had these ups and downs throughout the day. So on social media, the one thing I would say if you're viewing it is view it with a lens of that's probably the very best you're ever going to see. Don't believe everything you see or read. But if you're posting it, there's an obligation, in my opinion, to be transparent and to be real, and to just focus on, is my post. I go back to leadership. Is my post others focused, or is my post me focused? And my wife and I have challenged each other. We live a pretty good life, but we've challenged each other when we post things, particularly on Instagram. Does this post say, "Look at me, look at me, look at me," or does this post say, "Here's something you can learn. Here's a lesson. Here's something I want to share with you." If all you want to share with someone is how big your house is, or how amazing your meal was, or unless you're telling them, "Hey, you should come to this restaurant because this meal is really good," or are you posting it to go, "Look at me, I eat in the finest restaurants"?
right.
And I would say to people posting on social media, it will be ultimately much more fulfilling for you to not to ask the question, is this post about me, or is this post meant to help them, the people looking at it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. There's something I've been thinking about with like ultra, ultra, ultra successful people, I think are really, really bad at giving advice because
Yeah,
when you get to that super top level, you sort of forget what it took to get to that
totally,
level.
totally.
So you're saying, hey, you guys, like, you need to have a 4.5 hour morning routine, and you need to do the cold plunge and the sauna, and you need to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. You can do that now because you have the time to, because you
Yeah,
spent the last 15 years building that, but you forgot where you started at, where I'm a mom with 2 kids and I'm trying to get this business off the ground. I have 45 minutes before they wake up to get this shit done, and this is going to do it.
totally.
And so I think it's important to look at who you're taking advice from, and the people who are maybe like 1 or 2 steps ahead of you, who just got out of that phase that you're in, will understand and be relatable more than the person who has $1 billion and all the time on their hands. They went through the same stage you went through. Everyone has to. The hard work is paramount, but because they're so far removed from that situation, and their struggles and challenges are just a little bit different than you now based on the position you're in. So who you're looking at also is extremely important when taking,
That's a
advice on
great point.
Instagram.